Hey guys, it's me, Pokemon Jabber HD, and today we have week 2 of the competitive showdown league majors with a matchup against Ant-Man 1793 and his Memphis Mamoswines. Our team is unchanged, being Megalopunny, Celesteela, Tapu Fini, Nidoqueen, Serperior, Jolteon, Zoroark, Delphox, Lycanroc, Mesprit, Scyther, and Gastrodon, with the Z users being Celesteela, Delphox, and Lycanroc. And my opponent's team is Megabeedrill, Blacephalon, Magnezone, Blissey, Metagross, Gigalith, Cloyster, Tornadus, Houndoom, Lapras, Tangela, and Cresselia, with the Z users being Magnezone, Blissey, and Tornadus. And obviously that's a big relief that Blacephalon is not a Z user, and I don't have any clue as to why it is not. The first thing that sticks out to me in this matchup is the speed of Beedrill does outspeed everything that I have. However, I don't feel the need to bring a Scarfer because I have a lot of priority on my team, and so it's not really a huge deal. So then the next fastest thing would be Tornadus, which I can then outspeed that with Lopunny to give it extra bulk and power, making it adamant, and then and for the most part my team does outspeed a good portion of his team. So because my team is just, I think, within the league one of the faster teams regardless, so that is going to be something big. But especially in this matchup, I think he has a lot of slow defensive ones, and then some decently fast threats, but only a few really. And then the biggest thing that definitely pops out of those defensive mons, being the one that's not even that slow, is Cresselia, which definitely is so fat and could easily run Rocky Helmet for Megalopunny. I've seen that a million times from other people. So it being defensive is definitely a good answer to my Lopunny, so I'll have to keep that in mind. But I think that with the team I've got, I can help wear it down and until it's not an issue, and then the rest of the team kind of just can crumble thereafter. So getting more into the team I'm bringing, we first have Gastrodon here with Earthquake, Scald, Clear Smog, and Recover. Just pretty standard, especially defensive set Rindo Berry to make sure that HP Grass does nothing to me, and I can just take a random. HP Grass wouldn't even probably kill me for most of the mons anyway, but Hidden Power Grass is an easy bring, so I want to for sure take one easily, and Earthquake kind of knocks out the mons that might bring it, such as like a Magnezone or a Blacephalon, or even maybe a grass move from Tornadus would be nice to take on. And so Clear Smog prevents Cloyster from setting up on this, since I can't really, like, Scald is just risking trying to get a burn and that's it. So if Cloyster is trying to set up a Shell Smash, I'm going to just Clear Smog immediately so that it can't just destroy me right after. But this just kind of takes on everything that's especially offensive on the team, and its typing just helps me with the stabs of Blacephalon and Magnezone especially, so it should help me quite a bit. Next up we have Megalopunny with High Jump Kick, Return Quick Attack, and Toxic, with Adamant Nature, enough speed to outspeed the Tornadus. And so Adamant Nature lets me 2-hit KO Megabeedrill with Quick Attack. I think it probably has a role with Jolly, but just because I'm assuming there's going to be some HP or defense investment due to it being fast and everything, and even if he just makes it outspeed a max speed Megalopunny, that's still a little bit, so the extra Adamant definitely helps a lot. And normal and fighting cover everything with Scrappy, so that's always just easy coverage, and there's not really a ×4 weakness that I need to take advantage of with an Elemental Punch. since the only times for weakness on the team is Magnezone with ground anyway, but it's weak to fighting, so Toxic is there for Cresselia, because Cresselia is the easiest switch in, and it's even under Misty Terrain, it's levitating, so it'll get hit by the Toxic, regardless of terrain up or not, and once it's poisoned, it's a lot easier to take down, especially if it's a Rocky Helmet variant, which is why I didn't invest in HP and I instead did defense and special defense, because I'm just losing, you know, a higher HP number if I am have more HP overall from Rocky Helmet, since it does it by a fraction, not by like a certain amount of points. Next up we have Zoroark, which should definitely help with that Cresselia. Unfortunately, Cresselia is so damn bulky that a knockoff, if it's like max Fizz Death, like barely does half. It's like a roll to do half. So I needed the Swords Dance for the extra power, otherwise I wanted to put Grass Knot on it for the Cloyster so that Cloyster can never set up on this, because being fully physical, Cloyster can take a hit. And so Low Kick does do over half, but you know, that's once it's Shell Smashed up, it's a problem. So I have to, in that case, if I'm up against Cloyster, I will probably have to knock it off so that it doesn't get the White Herb, and then revenge it with, you know, priority elsewhere, being the Quick Attack, Lopunny, or the priority that I'll have later with Lycanroc. So that's definitely an issue, but Dark and Fighting just cover the team so well, and Sucker Punch obviously helps overcome anything that's faster, being you know, Mega Beedrill or Blacephalon, and so and Tornadus. But yeah, this should help me break down stuff. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I hide it well or not. It's just a threat on its own, and so I don't really need to play any mind games with it. I'm just gonna, you know, let it knock off items and just if I can get a Swords Dance at any point, like on a potential switch, this could potentially just sweep. So that would be nice, but worst case, it helps me weaken the Cresselia or just anything else that's posing any problems. Which next we have Lycanroc, which it's, you know, similar set to last week. It's Stone Edge, Drill Run, Accelerock, Swords Dance. So, you know, instead of Rock Psychic, it's now Rock Ground coverage, because this team, the only Rock resists are Steel types. So that's that makes it easy to just run Drill Run for the Magnezone and the Metagross, and then everything else gets hit hard with Stone Edge and Accelerock, with the Lycanium Z being the Splintered Storm Shards, which destroys things, which it does get rid of my Terrain if Terrain is up, but that doesn't really make a difference to me, personally. I think that, you know, status, well, it's nice to get rid of status to my Pokemon, because all my Pokemon are grounded other than Celesteela. Also, the Dragon weakening doesn't really make a difference, since I'm not bringing any Dragon moves, because I don't have any Dragons, and I don't think my opponent has a Dragon either, so it really doesn't... The terrain's not a huge deal, so, you know, if I can use it to get up the Swords Dance freely, then after that it doesn't matter anyway. So if I use my Z move, it doesn't really change anything, other than hopefully I can use it on Cresselia, which is the only mon I've basically been talking about, but that's really, in my opinion, the biggest threat to my team, with maybe, you know, Tangela can take, since I have a lot of physical attackers and a 4 times weak to grass mon, but I'm not really that worried about Tangela, because I can wear it down over time with a knockoff from Zoroark, or just continually hitting it with hard hits. But and that Celesteela is kind of just it's my only switch into it really, but it's a good one at that. And in any case, my Tapu Fini, I have the Ice Beam to hit that for a good amount. I mean, it's not the special, it doesn't have that much special bulk, so even though I'm uninvested, I don't think it's a big deal. And I have enough speed to outspeed Cloyster, so I can taunt it, so it cannot set up on me. That's because with this moveset of Surf, Ice Beam, Nature's Madness, I cannot hit the Cloyster, which is really the only big threat out of the things I can't hit, since it also is a Lapras. And so Taunt just shuts down Blissey and can help shut down Cress. So Nature's Madness can just do its work. And simple set. Water Ice just covers a lot other than the couple mons I mentioned, but this can help me take on the special threats being Blacephalon and Houndoom, as well as just shuts down the fat things with taunting. So should be good, but obviously it wasn't my only special wall because Gastrodon's a good backup, since Blacephalon can be an issue if it gets Beast Boost. But last we have Celesteela with Shed Shell because of Magnezone, which I feel like I've been running Shed Shell in like every league because I keep facing Gothitelle, Dugtrio, and Magnezones. But I thought about bringing an offensive one that would just straight up outspeed Magnezone with like a Wakan Berry, but I didn't see a real way to sweep, and at that speed tier it's not really faster than a whole lot of things that matter, so I decided not to, and so I'm just running a simple Heavy Slam, Air Slash, Earthquake, Leech Seed set that covers. Heavy Slam just does a good neutral attack on most things, Earthquake hits what resists it, and then Air Slash to hit Tangela harder, and then Leech Seed for recovery, and just max Fizz Stuff because this is my switch into Beedrill, it's my switch into Metagross, it should switch into Cloyster and Gigalith, so any physical attack, this is obviously my best way to answer other than just revenging offensively. So that's the team, and it should be hopefully leading me to another victory. So I'll be back with team preview. And we are back with team preview here, and my opponent comes with a team of Mega Beedrill, Magnezone, Blacephalon, Cresselia, Blissey, and Tornadus. So I think my team, looking at this team preview, is very prepared for these threats. I knew the Crest was coming. Blissey made a lot of sense to at least my team, at just like looking at my members, since I have a lot of special attackers, and then Magnezone to drop the Celesteela, and obviously just Beedrill has a good matchup against my team once Celesteela is gone, so it makes perfect sense, and Blacephalon is just strong. But when I'm like, from my perspective of what you guys just saw with the team builder, I think this is honestly just going to be an easy win. Like, this is exactly what I thought would come for the most part, and like when I build, I don't really predict necessarily, these 6 are what's most likely, or this mon necessarily has to come, but in my mind, like, Cress had to come to make sure I don't just high jump kick through the team. So more in that sense. So I'm gonna lead off with Finny because I think it has a good matchup with a lot of these mons other than the Beedrill, and I just would prefer, at least especially if Blacephalon lead would be the thing that I'm fearing the most. So I would stay in with Finny on Blacephalon because I want to keep Gastrodon for sure healthy to take it on late game, and possibly also have to take on the Magnezone. So like I said, Tapu Fini, but he leads Beedrill, so obviously just go to Celesteela. Celesteela is literally only for this. Like, I don't expect anything else to really be a physical attacker. Goes to the Poison Jab, so luckily I get that. Then he U-turns, gets a crit, that's not a big deal. I go for Earthquake because I don't want the Magnezone obviously to come in for free, but obviously he predicts that with the Tornadus, and so goes straight for knockoff, probably trying to knock off my obvious Shed Shell. So goes for the switch out into Blissey on my Tapu Fini to scout what I'm doing, which I throw off Nature's Madness since anything coming in, was going to take 50, and then I can taunt right after. So stop the soft boiled. Blissey is not an issue. This Tapu Fini literally beats it, so I have no issue with just going for another Nature's Madness. switches. Now Beedrill is in range of a quick attack from Lopunny, like 100%. So this is already looking amazing. Goes for knockoff, knocks off my Shed Shell. I don't really care because this is literally just for this, and now that it's at 50% and my like all my priority kills it, I don't care. Like my Celesteela is not helpful in this matchup anymore. So I go for Earthquake. He has the balloon on the Magnezone, so good tech there, and kills me, but it was my least valuable member, so I don't care. I just go straight for the high jump kick. Yeah, it does a lot of damage, and I'm going for quick attack here because I don't want Tailwind to be set up. I don't want the Magnezone or Blacephalon to be faster than they're supposed to be, so it's whatever. And then I go for Toxic, as he goes for Moonlight, which at least in the chat he said it was a misclick, so I'm not sure what, maybe Moonblast was what he meant to click, just because it would cover the Zoroark's potential switch in, as well as the Lopunny, which is what he goes for after it crits me. It's, again, not a big deal, it doesn't really do a whole lot of damage anyway. So then, goes out to the Blissey. I go for Surf here in case he wants to get cute and go to Mega Beedrill, or even potentially Blacephalon, but or actually also the Magnezone, because it covers that. And I go for another Surf here, which he goes for Heal Bell, so I don't understand that play at all, personally. Like, I've shown Taunt, so that's why I'm going for Surf, expecting like, hey, if he gets me on a Taunt turn and gets in Beedrill, I don't have to switch into that anymore. So isn't that the ideal thing? But maybe he's just predicting me, so I don't know. And so I just keep going for Surf as gets the Heal Bell off. So I'm like, okay, now the Taunt is super obvious. So I'm tired of this though and not getting things. So if he does want to make that switch, I'm just going to go straight into my Lopunny, which kind of covers for both the Beedrill switch and the and so, I mean, we just rinse repeat here. I go for Toxic because the obvious Cresselia coming in Mr. Terrain obviously doesn't affect it, since you have to switch. Like, it's insane if you don't, again. But goes for Psychic, so I see that it has Psychic, Moonblast, and Moonlight, so I already know now that once I get rid of the balloon on Magnezone, Lycanroc just actually wins. So, because I can just get an SD on the Cresselia, since that's the only thing that wants to take hits from me anyway. So now, go for another Surf just in case. I don't want the Beedrill to come in. So this time goes for Heal Bell again, and so this time it's going to fail. So I can just Nature's Madness, as he goes for Seismic Toss. And so another Seismic Toss will take me out, but I'm free to just go for Nature's Madness. I don't care at this point. Whatever he goes into, I'm sacking this because I just am fine trading damage. And it actually goes into the Magnezone, which is amazing, because now the balloon's gone, Lycanroc wins. Like at +2 guaranteed, I just win. Barring like Charty Berry on the Blacephalon, and it being able to kill me at whatever range I'm at. So I died to the Volt Switch after just getting a little more damage, just so then I don't have to risk the accurate moves, hopefully, but it is not in range of a +2 Accelerock, unfortunately, if it's max HP, but I don't know what set it is. So, and it doesn't really matter at this point, because at this point, like I thought, had the Beedrill in, I go Accelerock just to be safe. Cresselia came in, so I get the Sword Dance, and because he went for Moonlight even, so even better. I didn't take any damage, so I can just freely Stone Edge at this point. I don't need to use my Z move, because if I just hit my 2 Stone Edges, it's over. So I hit the 2 Stone Edges, it kills. Now I'm just going to use Z move to make sure I don't miss, because I don't need to use Stone Edge anymore once this is gone. And then now comes in Magnezone. I do have to risk the Drill Run, but it's 95%, so it's not a big deal, because I don't think I ended up calculating how much the Surf did to it to actually find out if I could have just gone for Accelerock. But obviously Accelerock crits here, doesn't matter, and Accelerock is just going to take out the Mega Beedrill. So yet again, Lycanroc sweeps, this time though getting 5 kills. So I am obviously very much enjoying using Lycanroc, and this game, I mean, it went exactly as I had hoped, and I think that it could not have been scripted any better, since I was able to use the taunt, Nature's Madness, on both, to prevent the Blissey from really doing anything, since also my whole team was physical anyway, so it really wasn't a threat, but it couldn't support with Heal Bell after I taunted it, and then Nature's Madness just was putting on enough pressure on everything else to where if he was switching, it was just, sacrificing half its health was not a good trade-off, since I had the priority in the back with Zoroark and Mega Lopunny, but then especially my lone wolf over here, Lycanroc. So we are now 2-0 plus 6, looking good so far, so hopefully we can keep it up. Thank you for watching. Bye!